Well, the president has assured the people of Kaduna State that the federal government will revive all textile factories in the state and other parts of the country if re-elected for another 4 years. President Goodluck Jonathan explained that when returned to its former glory, the textile industry will create more jobs, generate revenue, and boost the agricultural sector through massive cotton production. The president made this promise today during the People's Democratic Party's presidential campaign in Kaduna State.
Supporters of the party eagerly awaiting the arrival of the nation's #1 citizen, President Goodluck Jonathan, at the Ahmadu Bello Stadium venue of the campaign. In no time, the president, accompanied by the party's national chairman, makes his way into the stadium, electrifying the crowd as he acknowledges cheers from the party supporters. The Hills Governor, Mukhtar Yero, uses the platform to highlight various federal government projects in the state undertaken by the present administration.
For the 215 megawatt power plant, for the 30 megawatt power plant, as well as the Gurara Dam, where we have irrigation facility and raw water that is going to Abuja. Your Excellency, we also like to thank you for the investment made in the education sector, the UBEC, the MDGs.
For the Vice President Namadi Sambo, the President has been fair in the distribution of projects and political appointments across the country. He urges the people of the state to vote for President Jonathan in the forthcoming presidential election.
For the support and development you have been providing to the good people of Kaduna State, the President, you are a patriot. You are a detribalized president. You are the president that do not have differences between religion or tribe. You are a president for Nigeria.
Then comes the time for the president to tell the people what he intends to do if re-elected for another 4 years.
We are saying some countries and Nigeria were apart. Today, all those countries have left us behind. And we are insisting that those countries that are with us at the same level will no longer leave us behind. We must work very hard to meet those countries that have left us behind. And that means that we must emphasize on education, because you cannot change people without education. Education is the key. In fact, not about 12 states of the Federation have no universities funded by the federal government. And we make sure that every state will have. Because you must train all levels of manpower, the toughest level of manpower that get through university education, the middle level that you get through polytechnics and some other tertiary institutions below the university level, and of course the secondary and primary. So we must train all this because we are rebuilding a country that we'll be happy with. And Kaduna State is central because we have more tertiary institutions than any other state. One sector of the economy that we have not addressed it the way we must, and the next 4 years we are going to face that is the textile industry. And Kaduna State is the home of the textile industry. We must have a special relationship with the key actors, the key stakeholders in the textile industries, because we must revive our textile industries.
The president also reiterates his commitment to fight insecurity to the end, transform the education sector, create more jobs for the teeming unemployed youth, and rehabilitate infrastructure across the country.
Well, the presidential candidates have been going around campaigning, talking to the people, and I'm quite sure Nigerians will be more than eager to hear them in a debate. Well, the presidential candidates of the PDP, President Goodluck Jonathan and General Muhammadu Buhari of the All Progressives Congress, have indicated interest to participate in a presidential debate being organized by some independent media organizations on February 3rd. While President Jonathan has written to accept the invitation to take part in the debate, which has been put together by Channels Television, Arise Television, This Day and Guardian newspapers on behalf of the Newspapers Proprietors Association of Nigeria, General Buhari is said to have agreed in principle to participate. And a press statement signed by the Executive Secretary of the Newspapers Proprietors Association of Nigeria, Faye Smith, the organizers, which also includes some civil society organizations, say footage of the debate will be made available to all broadcast stations as well as social media. While the All Progressives Grand Alliance, APGA, has kicked off its campaign and unveiled its governorship candidate in Ogun State, southwest of Nigeria. Professor David Bangboshe from Ogun West Senatorial District is to fly the party's flag in the February elections. The event, which held at the APGA Palace ground in Abeokuta, was attended by the governor of Anambra State, Mr. Willie Obiano, and other key leaders of the party in Ogun and Oyo states. The party promised good governance hinged on transparency and accountability if its candidates are elected next month.
The first port of call is the palace of the Alake and paramount ruler of Egba land. Oba Adedotun Badebo. Led by Governor Willie Obiano, members of the entourage take turns to pay homage to the paramount ruler and other chiefs. And then the blessings by the traditional ruler.
My prayer today is that your coming to Ogun State will not be in vain. That God Himself will answer your prayers, and that your party will continue to go from strength to strength.
That done, the campaign train moves to the venue of the rally, where they are received by the party's supporters. Addressing the gathering, Governor Obiano gives the assurance that the party will continue to provide good governance.
APGA has been mastering the arts of administration and good governance for over 9 years in Anambra State. And today, we are supporting APGA to various states because it's a national party.
For the APGA national chairman, the governorship candidates being presented to the voters have been tried and tested and are capable of delivering the expected results.
The good people will have a quality person to pilot the affairs of Ogun State here in Abeokuta, in the place of Professor Bangboshe.
And then comes the moment everyone was waiting for, as the governorship candidates of the party in Ogun and Oyo State are presented to the public and handed the party's flag. As the various politicians try to woo the electorate in different parts of the country, APGA appears set to spread its reach beyond the southeast in next month's general elections.
We'll stay within the the southwest, this time in Ogun State, where the governor, Senator Bikola Amosun, has ended a 2-day campaign tour of Adodo, Ota local government area, to solicit the people's votes for his second term in office. Members of the All Progressives Congress and party supporters in the local government commended the governor for the infrastructure development of the state, urging him to do more in his second term. During the campaign tour, a 5.6-kilometer road project within Opik Estate in Agbara, constructed by his administration.
Ado-Odota, home to scores of industries that make Ogun State stand amongst the League of Self-Sufficient States in Nigeria, and the campaign train has come to woo its voters. Aton Ward was the first to be visited. At the Central Mosque in Adodo, prayers are said for a peaceful general elections and the success of the party at the polls. The culture and tradition of the people of Adodo on display at the community square, while the voters listen to the plans of the aspirants. Alakoti, Pt.2, Agbara, Ejila Awori, and Igbesha wards also played host to the campaign train.
So we will not sharing our responsibility to ensure that all the infrastructures in Anambra are put in place. So thank you. Well done.
A 5.6-kilometer road infrastructure within the Opik estate in Agbara, done by the Amosun administration, was also commissioned. For Governor Amosun, the importance of the local government to the economy of the state makes it necessary for the presence of good governance.
Look at that road. To the left is the industry, to the right is the residential place. And that's not the only road we are doing. We have even our housing estate in Agbara all sold out because of the workforce that are there. Instead of them going to live in Lagos, they now live with us, which is very good for us. So all our internal roads within the Agbara industrial complex will be sorted out. Even those one in Aton here, in Ota here, all we need to do is to make sure that all the infrastructures are in place. We must make the environment to be very conducive for the investors to come to this place. And that's why on a daily basis, you will see everybody wanting to come to Ota axis, wanting to come to Agbara axis, wanting to come to Igbeza axis. All of those areas, they are not like a hub, and that's what we are doing.
At all the 16 wards visited within the local government, the train received assurances from the electorate. This gives the APC the needed confidence going into the elections. Henry Ogunjimi, Channels Television News.
Well, as the political campaigns roll on, the senatorial candidate of the People's Democratic Party for Anambra Central Senatorial District, Mrs. Uche Ekwunife, appears to be favored by the traditional rulers of Nokwa, Nobi, and Alor in Idemili South local government area of Anambra State. The traditional rulers have praised Mrs. Ekwunife for what they described as her outstanding leadership and representative roles in her constituency. They made the declaration during her visit to their various palaces to solicit their support and blessings in the coming general election.
Uche Ekwunife is welcomed at Obosi in Idemili North local government area. She is appreciative of the support shown, but says that the electorate should take full advantage of the bargaining powers of their voter cards and promises not to let the people down if voted into power.
I will not disappoint. I will ensure that my leadership and my being member of the Senate will benefit this community and all the women I have had today.
This woman's enthusiasm appears to echo feelings of the people for the lawmaker. From Obosi, the senatorial candidates proceed to Oka Etiti, Oka Uku, Eke Nobi, and Awuda Nobi. Here she asks the people to vote PDP in all the positions. Here again, she asks the people to display their cards.
If you're happy and you know, and you really want to vote, if you're happy and you vote, say Jonathan.
During a visit to the traditional ruler of Nobi, Igwe Obi, Mrs. Ekwunife reminds the monarch of the strides she made as a member of the House of Representatives.
I want you to spend some time to peruse the papers that I handed over to you. I am sure you'll be very satisfied with the quality of representation I've extended to the people I'm representing.
From there, she receives a warm welcome at the palace of the traditional ruler of Nokwa, Igwe Emmanuel Ajamma. Then she proceeds to the Nokwa Square, where hundreds of people were waiting her arrival.
Goodluck met a decayed system. He met an accumulated decayed system. And that is what he has been trying to fix over years. Therefore, we don't have any option than to vote PDP for good to bring back Goodluck Jonathan for second term in office. Are we in agreement?
Yeah. The next port of call is the palace of the traditional ruler of Alor, Igwe Makantani Okonkwo, who extols the leadership qualities of Ekwunife and pledges support for her. Leaving the palace, a A large crowd receives her at the community square, where she once again restates her resolve to serve the people diligently.
Happy and you know, say PDP. If you're happy and you know, and you really wanna show it. If you're happy and you know, say good luck.
Well, no doubt, politics everywhere. The elections are just around the corner. When the News at 10 returns, federal government targets investment of $1 trillion in power sector over the next 30 years. That's on Business News. Join us again.